Hello and welcome back to another cubing video. So today we have another unboxing from SpeedCubeShop.com, so let's get right into it. And in it came a brochure for Christmas specials, so don't forget to check that out. And as always, use the discount code DAILY to save money on all your SpeedCube Shop orders. Go check them out. Awesome store. And yeah, so let's get right into the puzzles that we have. I'm gonna split this up into two orders because they're kind of two different sets of puzzles on their own. So I'm probably gonna do this one in this video and then that in the next video. So stay tuned for this video. Super excited for that. And let's get right into the YJ magnetic bundle. All right, so let's get right into the 3x3 first. I did forget to mention that these are all mini size, so this 3x3 is 50 millimeters, which is pretty small, and I don't think you would use it unless you have very small hands. But let's see how it performs and see if it can match up with any of the other 50 millimeter 3x3s out there. Here we have a stand that you can put together. Okay, interesting. I don't know, it just looks like cheap plastic, but okay. And then we have a screwdriver and some extra magnets. And then of course, normal instruction pamphlets and whatnot. But yeah, so let's get right into the tiny cube. I picked it up and I'm just like, this thing is so tiny. What? Okay, so right off the bat, the glossy plastic is really nice. Like, if you haven't watched my videos, or if you have watched my videos so far, you know that I like glossy plastic, and this plastic is grippy and glossy, which means it's nice. On to first turns. Speedy. And it feels actually really good. It feels really fast. And for a 50 millimeter cube, like, I think I could still, off of first impressions, I think I could still, like, get pretty good times with it. The Cubing Classroom 50 millimeter 3x3 that came out, like, a few years back, that does not compare to this. This is way better. This just feels so much more quality, so much better quality. So yeah, this thing is, I mean, it's performing really nicely. The size of it definitely, like, you can feel the size, but then again, it's not that bad. So let's get right into the rating of this 50 millimeter 3x3. And for corner cutting, I would say probably like an 8 out of 10 out of the box, just because best cubes these days out of the box are like 10 out of 10. It can corner cut from anywhere. This thing can't from everywhere, but then again, corner cutting generally with all the cubes these days are pretty much up to par anyway. So generally no problem there. With speed, this thing is really fast. I would say 10 out of 10 for speed. And then the controllability, it's nice and controllable. And the magnets give a nice click to it. I would say controllability, even though it's a 50 millimeter cube, I would say it's probably still like 10 out of 10 controllability, just because it's 50 millimeters. Magnetic strength is probably like a 7 out of 10. It's maybe 8 out of 10 in terms of strength. It's definitely a click, but it's not too strong. I would say it's a good magnetic strength. Out of the box performance, it's good. It does need a little bit of gumminess if you want it smoother, but I would say 9 out of 10. And then overall worth coming in at $7.95 or $7.55 with the discount code DAILY. It's pretty good. I think it would probably be a 10 out of 10 worth. With a $5 or $4 or $3 or $2 50 millimeter cube, you'd definitely be expecting cheaper quality, right? But this definitely feels higher quality than $2, $3, $4, $5 cubes. So I think, in my opinion, this is about 10 out of 10 worth. It just feels like it has a lot of quality built into it. So let's get right on into the Mini 4x4. Let's get into this. So it looks as if the box is kind of normal, everything that it has in it, screwdriver, magnets, and cube stand. Just a reminder before I get into first turns, the 3x3, 4x4, and 5x5 in the Yushin Mini magnetic Speedcube shop has them in a bundle, and you can save money if you get them all as a bundle. So if you like these 3 cubes, you can save money if you get them at speedcubeshop.com in addition to the discount code. So it's a win-win. But let's get right into first turns with this 4x4. It's a little bit uncontrollable. I think the outer layers are way too fast right now, and not enough corner cutting. It's kind of locking up a little bit. I don't know what that's about. The middle layers are nice and fast, actually. It doesn't feel like a high quality 4x4, but it does feel like a smaller 4x4. Coming in at, I believe it's 55 millimeters, 56 millimeters. That's much smaller than a normal 4x4. And for smaller hands, I think it would be good. Let me just get onto the ratings of it. So for corner cutting, bad. I don't like the corner cutting on this thing at all. That was almost a pop. I don't know. I don't know if this thing is just overly tightened, but out of the box, that's how I'm going to judge it. So corner cutting, I would have to say like a 5 out of 10. Not that great. For the speed, I would say the speed is great, 10 out of 10. However, the lack of controllability, which I would say is probably another 6 out of 10. So it's not the worst, but it's not the best. That really makes the speed not usable. And so if it had better controllability, that would have been much better. Then again, it's kind of breaking in, and I don't know if, of course, I'll get used to it as I move it, or the cube will just break in and get better controllability and corner cutting. But then the magnetic strength, outer layers are quite weak, which I believe you want, and then the middle layers are stronger. I would say magnet strength, I can't really rate it because it's a 4x4 because of the 2 different magnetic strengths, but in terms of feel for magnetic strength, I would probably rate it an 8 out of 10. The outer layers could be a little bit stronger just because they're so fast, it almost gets uncontrollable, but it's not bad. And then the out-of-the-box performance, it's not the best. I would have to give it maybe a 7 out of 10. It's good, but it's not up there. It's good, it's just not the best, and I couldn't see this becoming mains out of the box unless, well, actually it is breaking in, and it's getting better, unless you're kind of starting with 4x4, but I do think this is a great 4x4 if you need a 56 millimeter 4x4. The overall worth coming in at $11.95 or $11.35 using the discount code DAILY. I would say it's probably a 9 out of 10 still, because I don't know if I'm just getting used to it as I use it or what, but I still say it's fairly good, especially for the price, since it's $11. So yeah, let's get right into the 5x. I assume that the box is the same thing, so we don't even need to look at that really. Right off the bat, this thing is tiny. It actually, like, you can see a noticeable difference. It actually turns quite nicely though. It is 58 millimeters, so it is really small. Oh, that's a little bit of lockups there. Okay, and a lot of piece separation. Interesting. Let's see. So it's a little bit fast. It's not the best. It's kind of like in the tier of the 4x4, I would put it. So it's not the best, but it's not the worst. So let's get right into the rating. Corner cutting, let's test that out on all of the layers. Outer layer, it's good, but it does have that piece separation there. Well, it did pop. I was kind of pushing it though. And then for inner layers, this thing's, I think this might be a little bit loose. But the good news is that when it does lock up, seems easy to put back. Corner cutting, probably 5 out of 10. And then the speed, again, the speed is awesome. It's nice and fast, probably a 9 out of 10. And then controllability, 7 out of 10. It's not the best, it's not the worst. And then magnetic strength, I think these magnets definitely could be a lot stronger. The outer magnets are weak, just like the 4x4. The inner magnets are a little bit stronger, but just a little bit. So magnetic strength is okay, I'd say in terms of goodness of it, if that's a good way to put it. Probably about a 7 out of 10. Out of the box performance, it's not that bad actually. Probably 7 out of 10. And then for the overall worth, coming in at $14.95 or $14.20 with the discount code DAILY, I would say probably a 7 out of 10. The 4x4 and 5x5 aren't the greatest. If you can set up a cube well, or if you don't have any other options, it's definitely good. And I think you could definitely get used to it. I would not, it's not the best. It's not like an instant main though. So they're good. They're not the best though. So that's my unboxing and review on these 3 cubes. Make sure to subscribe to stay tuned for these 2 cubes, which I'm going to unbox and review next. So stay tuned for that another exciting unboxing video. But yeah, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, comment, and share, and I will see you next video.